Hello, CLAT aspirants. So you're ready for the strategy for August. So what have you to do about your reading comprehension, since everybody knows that the CLAT paper is, yes, comprehension based. So if it is a comprehension based paper, so in that case, what has to be done in this month? Very, very important. Yes, very less time, but you have to see that if CLAT is round the corner, you are the ones who are only going to crack it. So how you're going to do that, what is your strategy, and what you should do for this month has to be kept in mind. Let's start today's things which you will keep in mind related to your English preparation. Now, you know that these 120 days will change your life. Yes, you have to keep this in mind that this is going to change your life. So if you have to change your life, in this case, you have to keep this in mind that you have to make a strategy for doing the things in the right perspective. 120 days is not less. Is it less? No, it is enough for your preparation. You need to just focus on your goals. Yes, a person who is goal oriented never is afraid of anything that will make him deter from your path. Don't deter. Things will happen. You may get sometimes demoralized, about the things around you, mock test marks, this and that, but don't forget that only you can do it. So you will not deter from your path. This time you will utilize in the best of scenario. You would be very focused in your attention, and you would keep in mind that you have to clear CLAT. This bullseye and the target should not be removed from your mind. Now, when we turn to what you should do, what are the things to be kept in mind, what is the strategy that you would follow? Yes, because students are very much worried. No, there's nothing to worry. Hold your breath, keep calm, and move on. Yes. What is to be done? Let's start with that. Now, CLAT has more questions relating to, you have discussed the tone of the passage. So when we have the tone of the passage here, so in this case, you have to make a list of all those tones. Whichever tones have come in CLAT, now you have to generalize all the mocks, all the tones. That means at least 50 tones notes have to be done. If these videos would surely come, I'll come up with a new video for the tones of the passage. These 50 tones which we need for CLAT is the base, the foundation that you have to keep in mind. The meaning of the words, synonyms and antonyms, from where to do, that's what we are focusing on. You have to revise your word list book, and you have to revise all those words which have come in CLAT. See, it is very well known that these vocabulary words are the building blocks of a language. If your vocabulary is strong, naturally you will do wonders in your examination. Central idea questions, that is the main idea of the writer, the gist of the passage, the crux of the matter. You have to keep that in mind also. And this question, approximately 5 questions we expect, because what is the writer trying to say? भाई कहना क्या चाहते हो? यही तो एक important question है जो हर person को mind में churn करना चाहिए. जब भी आप passage करें, whenever you're doing a passage, keep this in mind that this carries the maximum weightage. That is the inference of the passage, that what do you deduce from the passage? Deduce from the passage. Right? So you need to have a very good reading speed, and this good reading speed is going to make your comprehension skills wider and wider. Yes, you are going to feel the difference with this only. Now, if we turn to the next thing to be kept in mind, that is regularly analyze your mocks. When you are doing this, you have done that, you have to analyze your mocks. When you have to analyze the mocks, you are marking all the things, that which questions you always get wrong. Questions which you get right. Make a list of that. Fill in your mock diaries. Questions which you get stuck, and the questions which you usually get wrong. This has to be kept in mind that questions which you usually get wrong has been thoroughly studied. This is very, very important that you're focusing on this, that you get these wrong questions, you can correct them, you can make these things in a very bad position if you do not focus on them. So it's very important that the questions, you're marking your mistakes. See, I got tone, this tone I always do wrong. Or for example, central idea is incorrect. Or you're marking out that except questions, like students come up, except question I do wrong, or writer is disagreeing with this part is usually wrong, so that you can practice on your weak point. Every person has an Achilles heel, a weak point, and if you work on that weak point, nothing is impossible. You can easily do them thoroughly, properly, if you focus on your goal, right? Now, if we turn to the other thing, the next thing to be kept in mind, now the time has come not to revise your concepts. What you have to revise? Your practice. You can see this kept here, just to make you realize the concepts are done by now. You have to focus on your practice. How to practice? What to practice? Yes, please see this clearly, that you have to practice your modules. Please revise your modules thoroughly. You have been prescribed a book of Wiley, that is GMAT book. You have been prescribed the book of Arun Sharma for the verbal ability. Revise your modules thoroughly. The first module, which is module 1, this is a list of the word list, and it has to be done. Module 2, you have completely grammar section. We have a vast vistas of knowledge being overflowing in it. Module 3, you have to do is that verbal ability. It will enhance your grammar as well as vocabulary. Module 4 for the long passages. And module 5, this is for your last CLAT papers. You will get a lot many PVQs. Module 6 is fiction. You have revised it thoroughly. See your mistakes, mark your things. Module 7, editorial section. You have to complete till here. Module 8 you can preserve for the next month if you're not able to. Module 8 is again a very good passage section of editorial. So this is our division of the books, and this division has been prepared very much, including all plethora of knowledge and information for you, so that you don't face any issue related to your preparation, right? We are there with you always as your backbone. LPT is there as a family for you, and you have to not forget this, right? After that, if we turn to the things, we have next thing to be kept in mind: practice, practice and practice. You have been given a lot many practice sheets by the teacher, by the class. In the class only, you have to practice from the modules. You have heard the famous saying there that practice makes a man perfect. That is true. Perfect lawyer is by practice only. And you know that perseverance is the key to success. So if you want to succeed and you want to reach your goal, it's very important you understand it. It's very important you get through it. And it's in that case, you have to be a perfect lawyer by practice. Practice the sectional text, mock tests, all the papers that have been given you, your modules thoroughly, practice exercises, practice sheets. That is so much thorough you are for the D-Day that you don't face any issue. There is no fear hanging in your mind, right? Moving to read a lot during your preparation. When you're reading, what to read will be discussed. I'll give you the reading material. But you know, as I said, that reading is very important in your preparation. Your reading will play a pivotal role in your selection. This will play a pivotal role in your selection, because words will click in your mind. If you've gone through the fiction book, you'll find a passage from Pride and Prejudice, you find from Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities, you find various passages from different fictional books, because you know, these are the gems of literature, and if you're reading them, you would really enjoy not only literature, but also your preparation. Consistently, you have to follow a timetable. This is the time which has come to make a timetable, especially that is of 10 to 12 hours. Yes, at least 10 to 12 hours timetable. Your time to study, this is your study time, which should be goal oriented. I'm talking of the students who have to appear for CLAT and they are the dropper students. For the other students, like naturally they can, the school going students, they can accordingly divide it, but you can focus on your 12th preparation later too. And for the 11th standards, the beginners, the reading only is to be done, not the other things. They have been prescribed a lot many reading and reading material will be given to them. So in that case, your study time is 10 to 12 hours. If you are doing that 10 to 12 hours study, you won't face anything where you will get stuck in any form. This study time is utmost for you, going to play a very important role, that you understand the concepts, you study properly, what are your mistakes, how many hours to devote, accordingly subject wise you make up a timetable, that this time I wake up, this time I sleep, this is my break time, this is my preparation, this is my practice. This is going to do wonders. Why not? It is going to do wonders in that preparation and make you really, give you an edge on your selection, right? Your preparation would be thoroughly done. After that, you have to do a lot reading material I was talking of. You have a list of the short stories, prescribed to you. You can read editorials, you can read essays, and you can read novels. Now when you are doing this, I've told you to take up any novel, anything which makes you have a good command over your vocab. Because we have various generic novels too, but the novels which make up a difference are those novels which are something which are very important for you just in the form that is just reading them generically. It is very important that you understand that when you're reading, this is enhancing your vocabulary. Your enhancement of vocabulary is must. Right, so you can take up, I've always prescribed you Charles Dickens. We have 5-6 novels of the person, right? You can take up A Tale of Two Cities. You can take up Pickwick Papers, very humorous one. Or you can take his Hard Times, Bleak House, or you could go for Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility. Pride and Prejudice, or Emma, or Northanger Abbey. These novels will give you an edge on other people. You can take up the other writers like Ben Jonson. You could take up William Makepeace Thackeray. You can take up any kind of, essay which is like an editorial. You can take up essays of Joseph Addison, Richard Steele, Charles Darwin, or you could take up all those light readings which, relaxes your mind, soothes your mind, and gives a balm to your mind, which gives you an, your perfection is there in the preparation. Sectional test when you're doing, you have to see the next thing that we have to, I think I have not missed anything, yes. The sectional test when you're doing, you have to mark again the same things, that what were your mistakes and things and how did you do them. Then your mock test, PYQs, and very important is this analysis. Students usually give mock after mock. Yes, you can give mock after mock. You can do 2 to 3 mocks a week, but what about the analysis? Without analysis, it is just like a boat without a rudder. So this is very important that you keep doing this analysis thoroughly. Every time that this was my mistake, how can I move on it? How can I work on it? How would I improve and make it better and better? Then if we turn to the next thing, that is your time foundation practice. Now the timer has come. Now the time is to be put 30 minutes, 24 questions, 24 minutes. The time is kept and the clock keeps ringing up in your mind, and that keeps you churned up, ready for your preparation. It is not going to give you any kind of, tension, but it's going to make you more prepared for your things. Take breaks, of course, that's important, and do analyze your mocks regularly. Fill in your mock diary, and when you're have done that, analyze it for yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. You are the one who can do it. Only you are the one who can do it. So you have to keep this in mind. If you underestimate yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. So have faith in yourself, because success comes to those who dare and act. Right, students? Thank you.